Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're going to unlock an absolutely critical modern skill, mastering prompt engineering. Look, if you've ever typed something into an AI and gotten back a super generic, robotic-sounding response, you are definitely not alone. It happens to all of us. But today, we're fixing that. We're going to look right under the hood to see exactly how these tools process your instructions so you can go from beginner inputs to professional results.
To get there, we've got a really straightforward process for today. First, we'll meet your AI tools. Then, we'll break down the actual mechanics of prompting. And finally, we'll master the CoStar framework. So let's jump into Section 1, Meet Your AI Tools. Because before we learn how to drive, we really need to know what kind of engine we're operating. When we talk about these AI engines, for most of us, it really boils down to two heavy hitters. On one side, you've got Google Gemini. It is incredibly accessible. I mean, if you have a Gmail account, you can log right in. It's completely free, and it integrates beautifully if you're already using Google Docs or Gmail in your day-to-day workflow. Then on the other side, we have ChatGPT from OpenAI. You can create a free account with literally any email address. They have a fantastic free tier that even uses their GPT-4o model, and it's pretty much the business standard globally right now. But you know what the truly beautiful thing is about both of them? The barrier to entry is exactly zero. You just type and press enter. And this brilliantly illustrates that whether you're looking at the blue interface of Gemini or that crisp, clean layout of ChatGPT, the underlying mechanics of how you operate them are identical. They're just sitting there, waiting patiently for your command. They are basically blank canvases, and they need your specific instructions to actually do anything. But before we start feeding instructions into those canvases, we absolutely have to cover a non-negotiable rule. Never type passwords, bank details, or ID numbers into any AI tool. Seriously, treat this as your ultimate safety protocol before you turn on the heavy machinery. These are incredibly powerful cloud-based engines processing massive amounts of text, and while yes, they are secure, they are absolutely not personal vaults for your highly sensitive data. Just always keep your inputs professional and anonymized.
All right, moving right along to Section 2, the mechanics of prompting. Let's tackle that common frustration of getting bad outputs from AI.
To understand these mechanics, we first need to define what we're actually doing here. A prompt isn't some kind of magic spell, and you definitely don't need to be a computer programmer to write a good one. It's simply your first conversation. More importantly, it's the foundational input used to command an AI tool. Think of it mechanically, right? It's the steering wheel, the gas pedal, and the GPS for your AI, all rolled up into a single text box. The exact input you provide absolutely determines the exact output you're going to receive. So, if your input is vague, well, your output is guaranteed to be vague. Which brings us to our final section, mastering the CoStar framework. This is the ultimate solution to those frustrating results. Meet the CoStar framework. It's a simple, 6-part formula that turns beginner prompts into professional results, literally every single time. And what I absolutely love about this is that you don't need to be some sort of creative genius to use it. It's a highly mechanical, foolproof formula that anyone can learn to operate. Just think of it like a control board for the AI. Let's look at how to pull each of these levers one by one. So, our very first lever to pull on this control board is C, and that stands for context. Context is all about the background information. You have to mechanically ground the AI in your specific reality. I mean, imagine walking up to a total stranger on the street and shouting, "Give me names." They'd look at you like you were crazy, right? But if you say, "I am starting a candle business from home," well, now you've set the stage. The AI instantly understands the precise world it's operating in.
Once that stage is set, we pull the second lever. O is for objective. While context gave us the background, the objective is your specific task. It gives the AI engine its exact measurable target. Going back to our candle business, the objective here is create 5 catchy product names. Notice how incredibly specific that is? We didn't just ask for some names. We gave it a hard number. We asked for exactly 5. We are mechanically steering the AI toward a highly specific, quantifiable finish line. Next up on our control board is S for style. Honestly, this is where things get really fun and where the AI truly shines. The style dial dictates who the AI should sound like. You're basically programming it to adopt a specific persona or act as an expert in a certain field. So instead of getting a cheesy list that sounds like a late-night infomercial, we tell it to sound like a minimalist branding expert. Just like that, its internal database filters out all the over-the-top, tacky ideas and narrows right in on sleek, modern concepts. With just one sentence, it's like you've hired a high-end expert.
But you know, a minimalist expert can sometimes sound a little bit dry, right? And that brings us to T for tone. If style is the professional persona, tone is the emotional vibe. This style fine-tunes the emotional resonance of the output. It shifts it from cold, robotic text to a highly specific human feeling. For our candle brand, we tell the AI we want a tone that is sophisticated yet warm and earthy. Mechanically, you are forcing the AI to select vocabulary and phrasing that evokes those exact cozy feelings.
And finally, we pull the A lever, audience. This defines exactly who is going to be reading the output. Setting the audience acts as the ultimate final filter for the AI engine. It guarantees that the output perfectly hits your intended reader's demographics and interests. For our candle business, the audience is eco-conscious women, ages 25 to 40. The AI is now going to cross-reference the whole shebang, the context, the objective, the minimalist style, the warm tone, and tailor it specifically so it resonates perfectly with that exact demographic.
So, the crucial point here is seeing how it all beautifully comes together into one master structure: context, objective, style, tone, and audience. By mechanically pulling these levers, you've transformed a weak, kind of hopeful prompt into a robust, bulletproof set of instructions. You aren't just hoping the AI guesses what you want anymore. You're practically guaranteeing it.
Which brings us to the end of our breakdown and leaves me with one final, very important question for you. What are you going to build now that you have the ultimate AI control board? The interface is just sitting there waiting, and now you have the CoStar framework in your back pocket. I highly encourage you to open up one of these free tools right now and test this out on a real-world project. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I absolutely cannot wait to see what you create.